Hello everybody, Greg Solis here, coming at you today with some Primal Carnage Trapper action. Got 3 lives thrown in here today. I believe they're all from the same match, or roughly the same match, but I played other classes in between. I didn't want to just fill this up with fluff, so I cut that all out. Got a lucky kill there because I found that raptor just eating away at the carcass. That was pure luck. Didn't, no real skill there because he was standing still. Gonna go over some tips and tricks kind of this. This isn't exactly a guide at all, but since I have so much trapper footage here and since some of this is so okay, I figure it might be a good opportunity to kind of hand out some of my suggestions as trapper, or at least things that I've noticed that have worked for me. I think I've missed now 3 or 4 nets in just this short little 50-second clip. I digress though. Anyway, one of the big things is movement and spatial awareness, knowing where you are as trapper, where your enemies are, etc. If you don't know, then you're going to be less effective because people will come at you from the side, they'll come around behind you, etc. And you're the one who's supposed to sort of surprise them from the side, get a disable, etc. So knowing where your enemies are and everything else, knowing movement, roughly okay, I think he needs to be here, leading your targets, that's going to come up in a couple seconds. Got this raptor here because he was running into a wall. That's his problem. If he doesn't know how to move, I'll take advantage of that. That dilo there I really wanted to get, but the problem is that T-Rex was there, and I figured the T-Rex might swing around and try and get me. Now this is what I'm talking about with movement. I tried to get that dilo, but because I didn't lead the target, my net completely missed. Now I fortunately get him there. This Carno almost gets me, but I secure the kill. Gonna make it worth it right now when he gets me. But, such is life. You can't always get what you want, but you try sometimes. Anyway, that was pretty successful. I've got 2 kills. Makes me happy. I've done a lot better before, but hey, it's okay. And given how I've seen some trappers act, better than some people. Alright, so anyway, going back to sort of suggestions and stuff, since nothing's really happening right now. Movement and spatial awareness are huge. You gotta pay attention to that, knowing how to move, making sure that you don't get pounced, that you're the one doing the disabling, netting people, doing work, as it were. Alright, side log to what's on the screen right now. Saw this raptor, started following him, he gets a scientist, almost saved her, but I didn't. Alright, here's a quick little tip here. Alright, I knifed him and then backed up, but I didn't get the knife. Don't back up when you knife something. Knife and stick to it, so that way if you missed, you can be right there and there's no extra movement that you have to do. Knife and stick until you see that plus 100 kill. Because otherwise, you might get owned in the future, or something. Alright, this is a better life. This is like a 6-minute video of me just playing Trapper. It's okay. I mean, I'm not MLG, but I do okay in this one. It's alright. I'm going to keep going back to the tips, tricks, things, because I want to maintain something here, especially when nothing's happening on the screen. Movement, spatial awareness. Just know where you are, know where your enemies are, make sure you're always tracking behind you, making sure that you know how your enemies move, etc. Alright, got 1 kill here. Alright, this is actually going to be a nice segue here. 2 is ammo conservation. I would argue that's one of the biggest things. Ammo conservation. Because the nets, you only got 5 of them. It's not a lot, and it's usually pretty hard to get to an ammo thing. And especially right there, I just missed a raptor because I tried to flick and go behind me. Bad idea. Instead, I took the easy route and got the raptor that was pounced on someone. That's the 2nd or 3rd raptor now that I've gotten because they pounced people. It means I've only missed 1 net. So I'm down to my last net. I got to make sure I take care of this because there's an ammo crate that's slightly nearby in this map, but that's not always going to be the case. You might find yourself in a place where there's no ammo crate, where it's really hard to get to. You don't have any ammo to go to. So ammo conservation is a very big deal as Trapper. Alright, next 2, and man, segues, I got these, is knowing when to switch weapons. I feel like a lot of trappers either exclusively use pistols and never pull out their net, or they're always using the net and never pull out the pistols. There's a reason you have 2 sets of guns. The net is only good for small dinosaurs, honestly. I know you can put a net on top of a Carno and make them stop biting. I know you can put it on a T-Rex to make them stop biting. But at the end of the day, I at least personally believe that you serve yourself better by throwing out the damage by switching to pistols than instead of trying to net them so that way they don't bite people. Now, if you want to maybe save your own skin, if you're trying to 1v1 a Rex or a Carno, maybe it's not the worst idea then to switch to nets, because then you can net them and then switch to pistols real fast, and they can't bite you for a few seconds. But more often than not, switch to pistols when you see a big dinosaur, because then you're able to do damage, but your net can't do any damage. Small dinosaurs, on the other hand, the pistols do practically nothing at all, because you usually can't get enough shots without them disabling you, without getting blinded by a dilo, pounced by a raptor, picked up by a Taro. So instead, switch to nets, so that way you can disable them and secure the kill with your knife. Walked into a Tyrannosaurus there, by the way. Completely stupid on my part. Alright, so quick review. Movement / spatial awareness is a huge deal as Trapper. Knowing where your enemies are, making sure that you're always looking around you so you're not getting surprised, making sure you know how your how your enemy is actually physically moving so that way you can lead them, when you're using the nets, or even pistols. Is a big deal. Movement's huge. That's the first thing. 2, ammo conservation. You only have 5 nets. Ammo crates, depending on what map you're on and where you're at, can be few and far between. So, keeping your nets in order, making sure that you don't waste any with, trying to do some 360 no scopes nets. It's a big deal. And then the third thing is knowing when to switch weapons. Don't just rely on your net. Don't just rely on your pistols. Know when to switch. Know when it's a good idea. Try and figure it out. See, like that was a bad net, but it could have been a lot stupider. I just didn't time the jumping right or anything else. I wouldn't call that a wasted net because it wasn't a hopeless shot. It wasn't a Hail Mary or anything else. Try and avoid Hail Marys. Worst comes to worst, go for easy nets, because you know what? Easy nets at the end of the day still get you kills. Here, I'm near an ammo box. I'm only down one net, but I'm taking the opportunity because I got teammates somewhat nearby. Alright, here's a good spot where I'm talking about switching weapons. Technically, I could have netted that Dilo, but I chose not to. Instead, I switched to pistols to do a little bit of damage poking at him. Because the net would have disabled him for a few seconds, but then what? I mean, there's not like there's a sniper nearby who I'm communicating with to tell him to snipe out a Dilo that I just netted or anything else. So instead, I switched to pistols. I know some people who would have tried to use nets there, unfortunately. Right now, just running around. I got pistols out because I don't have that many nets, because I don't know what I'm going to find out, and getting ambushed by a T-Rex is the worst thing in the world. I know that there's raptors usually in this area. That's a little short tip for Trapper. No, go where dinosaurs are. Unlike a commando or anything else, you don't have a really lot of good long-range weapons, so it's going to serve you so much better to just try and find dinosaurs. Alright, fail net there. That was a bad net. I shouldn't have even netted that. He was far past my screen by the time I shot. Terrible idea. Wasted net. Anyway, go where the dinosaurs are, because you have the ability to take down raptors, take down dilos, take down terrorists. That's 3 out of the 5 that you can directly take down via your disable. Like that. Boom. Shanked. So, go find them. Even if you get killed a few times, you can't get better unless you get killed a few times. And I think my first 3 or 4 lives as Trapper involved me getting pounced and mauled to death in the most terrible way possible. So, go where the dinosaurs are, even if you don't have teammates. Kind of test yourself. I think coming up is about to be something really, really dumb. Let me see. Yeah, alright. This raptor, / this spot. Maybe not this raptor, this spot. Alright, so this raptor's going around. I'm a little bit nervous, because I'm wondering if he's baiting me. Because, a pounce only points where your camera is. Alright, but I get the net. I'm like, sweet. Alright, this mess, okay, I was too far away. But this one, I'm right underneath him, and I can't net him. So he gets up, I drop down, I reload, and I get pounced. And my teammate is too dumb to help me. Or, no, sorry, or after killed, sorry. Last time I reviewed this footage, I thought that my teammate just left me to die. But, yeah, just because of a glitch thing, and I get owned. And that frustrated me greatly, because I had that net. I should have had that kill. In fact, it frustrated me so much. That was a fail net. I heard the pounce, and I shot, which was a terrible idea. Of course, doesn't help that he missed, but still. I get the next net, though. He went flying. I think I netted him at the start of his pounce, so he had all the energy. This poor raptor dies because of a bug. Or maybe a bug / a bad mechanic. The raptor's pounce points where your camera's pointing. And when you're on a ramp, your camera is pointing into the ramp instead of parallel to the ramp. So when you pounce into the ramp, not parallel to the ramp. So then you pounce nowhere. He would have had me probably otherwise. I kind of feel bad about that, but you know what? Darn it, that's my claim for getting duped by the crate. Not really, actually, but, whatever. Cold comfort. It happens. It's happened to me plenty of times as Raptor. Now, I didn't net there because there's nothing to net. Saw that Raptor. See this T-Rex now. Switch to pistols because I think it would serve me better. I get blinded by something. Dilo, obviously. Sorry. Keep trying to, shoot at that T-Rex. I think he gets away. I get the Dilo, and get denied. Alas, such is life. But that ends the Trapper footage there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe for more videos. I'll be putting more and more up. Thank you guys so much. Take care.